Hey, how's everybody doing? Let me just get my tech working for us. I've been asked by a couple of people if I could help show, there we go, catch up. Yay, all caught up. Okay. Been asked by a couple of people to show SOAP notes and SOAP note templates. So the first thing I'm going to do is share my screen. Yes. Excellent. Okay. So you'll notice I try really hard to blur out my screen for sensitive information. If you make an appointment with me for an hour consult, you're going to get a HIPAA. So you're going to go to my calendar. The first thing you'll do is choose your appointment time or whatever. I don't remember if you get the form first or the appointment time first. In any event, you're going to get a form that says, this is my HIPAA agreement. I promise whatever I show you and whatever you show me will be 100% HIPAA compliant. I need to protect. I don't have a sandbox account. I don't work for Office Ally. And so I rely on the accounts that I have, which are numerous. And I have 2 or 3 providers that have given me permission to share with other professionals my screen to help educate, and which is really extremely generous, but I need to protect myself and to protect their information. So that there are some things that I will need you to make even just a 15-minute appointment so that I can show you, because some things I can't blur out and I need to show you in order for you to see what I'm doing. That being said, I don't work for Office Ally, and I am here to help practitioners and their staff find solutions, workable solutions. Office Ally is an extremely affordable way, even with the slight increases that we've had recently, I don't need that, thank you, to get answers. And I would like to be able to help you. So specifically today, someone asked me about creating SOAP notes. And what I'm going to tell you is, if you go for SOAP notes, we have to be in EHR. So usually when you log in, you end up in PracticeMate. PracticeMate and the electronic health record are what I like to call married. So they share some information, not all information. This is one of the things that you don't see unless you're signed up for the electronic health record, which they call EHR 24/7. If you go down to templates, what you're going to find is you can set up a template. I think it's really a misnomer to call this a template, because really your template is only like your letterhead. Whatever you want to show up across the top of your SOAP note is what goes in here. I have not set up anything else. It appears like a Word document. I'm not going to go into all the coding and whatever. I did get real fancy and upload a logo, but this is where you can put your information in, and name, address, logo, any of that kind of stuff, and insert it. And then it will show up in and we created a template for the physical therapist called PT Daily Documentation. That's it. If I were making a template and it were a true template, then I would have it be subjective, objective, assessment, and plan at a minimum. But that is not the way this is set up. And I've tried to make it such, and it's a complete waste of my time. And so I gave up, honestly. Supposedly, if you send your stuff to Office Ally, they'll make one for you. I haven't seen that to be very timely, so let's do this instead. Next, if you go to SOAP Note Layout, this is where you get to check your boxes. What do you want your SOAP note to look like? We have a default of daily documentation, and this is where you get to choose what you want, how you want your SOAP to be laid out. Chief complaint, so that's going to show up. That is our subjective, and subjective does show up. Sorry, there's a fly. Objective, Do you need any of these things? Do you want their vitals to show up? Any of that? If you do, check the box and then it will show up and you can fill those boxes in. Objective, do you want a physical exam? Do you want it to show up in expansion? If you do, this is the spot where you check these things. I have put in areas that I could customize called therapeutic exercise, physical agents, and manual therapy. I've also put in neuromuscular re-ed, should the PT want that. Assessment, I absolutely want. SNOMED, if you guys use this SNOMED code, I don't for any of my practitioners, but this is where you would check that box. You can absolutely put in a phrase list in here, check the box, and then edit your phrase list, and that would be where that phrase shows up only. It's not a guideline, it's a phrase list for this assessment section or whatever. That's what this is over here. We're putting in a care plan and goals and patient instructions. Down here is where you hit update. Let me now take you to the SOAP guidelines. Okay, this is what I like to call the clickables. Okay, if you have a touchable laptop, this is such a friend to you. Okay, we're going to go in here and I'm going to show you. I actually find it easier. This is where you can put in the coding. Okay, this is actual code. This is what it needs in order to show up. If you want to insert a link, this is where the code goes in. I don't have a problem with it. You type in and then you type insert link. Please create the link. Please drag the mouse to highlight the block of text or phrase and then click the insert link button again. So if you wanted it to say on a scale of 1 to 10, you highlight it and then click insert link. Now you see how it puts the coding around those. So greater than a, less than, on a scale of 1 to 10, greater than slash a, less than slash greater than. Okay. I personally, you could do it in here. Totally up to you. Okay. You can, all of these areas are available for you to populate the guideline if you want it to show up on your SOAP note. This is our objective findings. This is how it appears. All of that. So if you have phrases, I would take a different document, like Word document, Google Doc, whatever. Type your phrases in there and then copy, paste them, and then you could insert the links here if you wanted. Okay. I'm going to scroll to the bottom and I'm going to show you a different way. I'm going to go to my test guy. Why are there flies in November? Go away. I have blurred out. It's supposed to be blurred out. Awesome. I have to go edit this now. Okay, I'll have to edit that out. Here's my test guy, Joe Cool. This happens to be an existing chart note. Okay, it's already existing. Blur. Okay. So when you're in here, you can, these are the guidelines. That's what the G stands for. Okay. Remember, we didn't put in, oh, funny, there it is on a scale of 1 to 10. Ha! I'll have to go and edit that out. It auto-saved. Surprise! If you want all of the guidelines to show up, you come up here to the top and you click Populate Guidelines. And every guideline that you've created is supposed to show up here. Now we were in daily documentation, but I think we were actually in neck and shoulder. See what happens. It's supposed to. It's supposed to throw everything in there. It did not. Okay. Time in. Let's call it 12 noon. Current symptoms, pain scale. So I'm clicking on it. Now, let me show you. I have a pen and I don't like to type. You can hit time in. And then you can touch the screen, and these guidelines are clickable, but you can also, with a touch screen, you can just touch them and it'll print it out for you. So you don't need your mouse. Kind of fun. If I scroll with my stylist, same kind of thing, right? If I don't have any of this, $12 physical agents, ultrasound, manual therapy, boom, done. Didn't have to type any of it. I can go back. I've left little areas for number of minutes. Minutes, soft tissue, blah, blah, blah. Okay, minimal typing, done. Assessment, there's all these that are already put in, okay? If you want to make a new guideline, you can't do it in the assessment, but you can, you'd have to do it in the previous, okay? But here in the objective, you can click the G. You're going to get a new guideline. What do you want your new guideline to be? Or is there nothing there and you want to add them? Okay, this is a spot where you type in, like I had earlier, patient reports, patient reports improvement, upon end of So if this is a common occurrence, patient reports improvement after therapy to the, and I'm just going to leave it blank because it could be neck, shoulder, whatever. If I click add, I now have that guideline in here. And it should be showing up every time because you've created a new guideline. Okay. You can choose your therapy codes, your modifiers. This happens to be physical medicine, so they're a GP. Doesn't require for every single insurance company. Okay, so let's update this. The other thing that I really like about this is if you do the same thing over and over again, you can copy to a new note. It will take everything from your last visit. So let's say Joe Cool comes in again today. He was seen on the 30th of October, and now it's November, and he's in today, and I hit copy to new note when he walks through the door. You're going to get here everything that he said and you typed in last time, everything. So it's kind of like reviewing your previous note if that's important to you. So last time he was here at noon, today he's here at 1:05 p.m. What were his symptoms last time is going to show up here. Maybe last time he was a 7 out of 10 and today he's a 5 out of 10. So, hey, what happened between last time and this time? So you're going to get that kind of a review, but you're also not going to have to type all of this in. You can just make your adjustments. Maybe you only did 10 minutes of Therex today. Maybe you only did 8 minutes and you did 15 minutes. So you just go in and make the changes. Hey, but your diagnosis code carries forward. And if you do the same type of procedure, and you don't have to retype it, that's going to save you. Have your goals changed? Timeout is down below. This was something that was added. So today he's leaving at 57. Maybe you want to use military time, and the plan is, right? Choose one. What's been working? Are there any patient instructions? Click update, and boom, you've got a new note and you are done. Now, if you have your Office Ally, everything is set up properly. I got a clue for you. You can create a visit right from here. If their insurance is in and all that, you don't have to create a visit when they walk through the door. You can create the visit after everything is in, including their billing. And boom, all you do is hit create visit. What? I'm telling you, this is a time saver. It pays to have your Office Ally set up properly. So if we go back to Practice Mate. Oh, oh good, it's still blurred. Let me go. Hang on a second. Let me stop sharing a quick second. Okay, because I don't want to release any patient information. Make sure that this is. You see, you guys, this is why I have to be very careful. How do I make him show up? I know, I get rid of these ones. So if I create new client, I'm trying to get Joe Cool to show up first, and that way I can show you where it appears. But that means I have to get these other visits out of the way first. Sorry. And by getting them out of the way, meaning I have to check them, see if they need any edits, which this one does, because it's going off to Medicare, and I have to change the billing so that it has the proper NPI code so that it gets billed properly. Okay, so I did that. Stand by. Sorry, folks. Da-da-da. Okay, here's Joe Cool. I can either check the box here. Well, yeah, I'm checking this box. I'm only gonna do Joe. Create CMS 1500. These are the new ones, and they've been new for probably 10 years. Okay, now I've got Joe Cool. He's right here. Here's his visit. You can, here is where you either print a claim or hit submit, or over here you hit submit by this check mark. So in this case, I'm not going to send Joe Cool because he really truly doesn't have Blue Cross of Massachusetts, but I can, all these that are new that I just created, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to hit submit claims. And those are now off to the insurance. Okay. So I hope that's been helpful for you. If there are things that you would like help with, please let me know. I have a shameless plug here at the end. There we go. I have a couple of people that have asked me to please share my information. So here is my square. If you found this helpful and you want a business write-off and you want to send me a cup of coffee, then open your camera and go ahead and send that to me. That'd be really helpful. I like to help providers who struggle. I myself struggled as a provider and I needed to find answers. I don't work for Office Ally, but I did find that where's my Venmo? When I call Office Ally and ask them for assistance, they are not users. They are trained and they have answers, but they don't necessarily have problem solving experience because they're not in an office trying to figure these things out. And so because I've been using Office Ally since 1999, when I first became a massage therapist licensed in Washington, although I've been a therapist since 95, I didn't start billing insurance until 1997. And then I was doing all my HCFAs by hand. And then I found the tool with Office Ally to be able to create a database. And if you found that to be helpful, please send me a few bucks. If you want a consult, you want to fill out the HCFA form, schedule an appointment, and then I can see exactly your information and what you're dealing with. Sometimes that's just super helpful to get that answer, and it's worth an hour consult to stop beating your head against the wall. If you have a front desk person that needs training, hit me up. I would love to create a training program that would be super helpful because not everybody going through the receptionist training or the medical assisting training has training in your particular software, and we could knock it out and get it done pretty quickly. I do site visits. I have gone down to Arizona and spent a couple of days at a chiropractic office training their staff. They're up and running. They're doing fantastic. Same with the physical therapist. I actually used to work next door, and so I got him up to speed in 2017, and he is a one-man office. And let me tell you what, he knows his stuff. He gets his claims done, and we can get them submitted and payments posted in a timely manner, which helps enormously to get your cash flow moving. So let me know if I can help you. We'll see you in the next video. Thank you.